Hello guys, how are you guys? So today we'll be discussing about Devika. So basically, you probably have heard about Devin. Devin is a AI software engineer, and so now we cannot try Devin actually because Devin is not out yet, and it will also be paid, and the source code would also be probably not uh, be open. But there are several projects. One is Open Devin, second is Devika. We will discuss about all of these projects in detail. So Devika. So let's start with Devika. So Devika is an agentic AI software engineer that can understand high-level human instructions and break them down into steps, research relevant information, and write code to achieve given objective. So basically, what we have with Devika is, let's say, uh, we have a software engineering task or basic, like we start with a very basic thing. So let's say we have a task like we want to make a calculator, right? So in this whole series, I'll be discussing the source code and how Devika is created and how to install it. Initially, I'll be this is the introduction video. So in the next videos, I'll discuss how Devika is like uh, running and what are the key features in Devika, how to run it, how are we like how to install this. We will discuss the installation in this video itself, and then we'll also discuss how we can contribute on this. I have contributed. I've made a PR and also I have contributed. Although it was a very little error which I solved in the contribution, but after that I have also raised a PR with 500 plus lines of code. Let's see even if it gets accepted or not. Anyways, so I have tried to understand the code of Devika, and I want you guys to also to know and understand how Devika works. So that is my whole project, and that is why this playlist is there called Devika and understanding Devika and how AI software engineers can be made. So this is the photo of Devika. So this is about Devika is an advanced AI software engineer that can understand high-level human instructions, break them down into steps, research relevant informations, and write code to achieve the given objective. Right. So this is another video which you can try to check out if you want to. So this is our Devika, and key features is it supports a lot of and lots of uh, lots of AIs, LLM basically, also local LLMs from Hugging Face, that is open source LLMs like Llama 2 and all. So the system architecture, we will discuss the architecture in detail. Uh, yeah. So let's do a quick start on this and how to install this. So first things first, at first we'll fork this. We'll have to fork this if we want to, contribute. But now let's focus on just running this, right? So for running this, let's go to our Visual Studio Code. Open up your Visual Studio Code and let's see the installation now. Right. So I'll go to the terminal and it is possible that errors might come while I install this. But sorry, CD desktop. Now I want to make a directory called Devika. YT Devika, right? For YouTube, and then I want to go inside this, and then I want to do a git clone of this URL. So it is cloning right now. Then we'll open this C. So now as it is open, we will open this cloned folder. So what was our this YT Devika, right? So we want to select this folder, and this will open up in our Visual Studio Code, right? So so first things first, we need to just follow these instructions, right? So at first we need to install Olama. If you have not done it yet, you should do it. I'll also make a video on how to set up Olama. in this itself. And Python package manager, I don't think Python package manager is very needed. Bun is needed. So we also need to install bun, and bun could be installed. That would not be a problem. And after installing bun and olama, we also need to add them to the system variables, because in system variable is very important in in Windows. So you will see there will be an olama and there will be a bun too. So we need to add the executable of bun and executable of olama inside the directory and the variable. So why is this necessary? Because Windows terminal doesn't know what olama is, but doesn't know what bun is. But when we write bun, it actually goes to the system variables and check what is the directory of bun and then writes it and then the command, right? So it executes in that way. So that is why it is important. So now that we have our this ready, what we want to do initially is create a virtual environment. So how do we create a virtual environment? Py minus m. Let's say we keep it as the name of VNV. So when we keep it, there will be a VNV created over here. You can see this. This is the virtual environment basically. So what is the need of a virtual environment? Virtual environment is basically needed because in a virtual environment, whenever you install things like Python or you install things like there are many dependencies like this, requirements or things, all these dependencies. You don't want to install it over the over your system, but you want to install it in a certain container or certain environment. So that is why very virtual environment is there. Now after installing Olama, what you need so you need to just do Olama serve, and this will start serving the Olama serve. So basically, why Olama and how Olama? We will see how to install and set up Olama. But now we have done Olama serve. So our Olama is serving right now. Why what is Olama? Olama is basically an method in which we can use open source LLMs like Llama 2 and all. So I want to add another terminal because there are several other tasks in this. So now what we need to do is we need to make our UI running. So we go to CD UI as given here. CD, okay, they are creating here. Oops. So basically now what we are saying is we had created our virtual environment, which is fine. But we need to also create uh, we need to also open our virtual environment, right? So how do we do that? We say venv slash scripts slash activate, and this will activate our virtual environment. You can see a bracket venv here, and this will activate it. I'm not following the exact steps here, but you can follow this, and it will work pretty fine. Fine. Now, what we need to do is we need to install all the requirements of this. That is the dependencies in this project through this pip install minus our requirements.txt, and we'll start installing all the requirements. Let's wait for it. Uh, yeah, it start running. Now let's move on to another one. And here what we need to do is we need to run the UI too. So basically there is a front end server, there is a backend server. Backend is the Devika server and front end is another server. So we need to run these simultaneously. And there is this Olama server also if you want to use Olama. So here what we need to do is we need to go to this CD UI, this UI folder, right? Okay. And you need to have what it is called Node. So you should also install Node, because Node is important for this UI. So now what we need to do is bun, also install bun, which we will see. Bun run, bun install dev, I guess. This was the one install, my bad. Okay. So it is doing something, I don't know. Bun install I should have written bun install, but it's fine. I guess it understood what it means. Or probably it might be an issue later on. I don't know. So you can see 176 package installed. So if I write one run dev right now, it will start up a front end server. You can see the front end server is at localhost 3000. So let's go to this page and yeah, just wait for a second and you will see this front end server running because you can see that this server is open right now. Um, I don't know why it is right now it's not running, but okay, fine. It's fine. So let's check out. Okay, so this is installing till now. That's cool. Just wait for it for some time. This the UI might sometime take some time. So that just wait for it. What is up with this UI right now? But it's fine. Let see. Once this is complete, we can run Devika. But we also have to set the config file. Okay, let's close the server if we can. Not right, it is not reachable. One install. Yeah, it is installed. So one run test. I don't know, it doesn't take so much time, but some people do face this white UI error. So yeah, also we need to set up this once this is installed. This is not yet installed or installing all this packages takes a little bit time. So here we need our Bing API key and all these if we have, or else we can use DuckDuckGo. I don't see a problem there. Also, you can use OpenAI API key, Gemini API key, and all Netlify and all this. So let it just install once that installed. Yeah, let's just wait. I'll just pause the video over here. Hi everyone. So the front end is not yet working right now, but we have all the installed dependencies, and now what we can do is we can run our devika.py. So let's just start it. Although we have not set up anything from the not set up anything in the config file. We need to set that up, and I need to pause the video because there are my secret keys and all, which I can't show you. So I'll have to pause the video feeling that, but let's just start this one first and see what happens. So here we can see that Devika is up and running, but the UI is still making an issue. Yeah. This white page issue is a thing, you know, and I need to fix this. I don't know. I never faced this before, you know. So I need to check out. But this is exactly the way how you set up uh, this. I've set it. I've set it up like million times now. So I don't know why this error is coming. Post this. Open this. This open. So a network for network thing it is working. So for now, let's use Olama and DuckDuckGo because I have not used any. And let's create a calculator project. Although Llama 2 will take a lot of time, so I'll let me set it to 3.5. I will just use my secret key. So just wait. So yeah, I have set up my config.toml and inside that I have used my OpenAI API key. So that I have already done. So now I guess I can use GPT 3.5. So let's ask it to basic, create a simple GUI based Python calculator. Yeah, this is this. Let's give it this task right now. Okay, and we will also check the logs, like what exactly happens in the big background. Incorrect API key provided. Okay, I need to I guess run this once again because uh, that might have been an old one because it's showing that I used the API key, which was like this one open AI API key one thing. So let's just rerun it and it will work fine. And we have, again have to create another project for this. When another Devika is up and running. Now let's create a let's say calc one, YT cal, let's say. And it's like, yeah. And like, let's check the backend. So you can see the model being used is GPT Turbo. And basically, there's a lot of things we'll discuss one by one. So this is basically the plan, which will come out here. If you see, yeah, here's my step-by-step plan, research and choose the Python GUI. So there basically, it is going to browse the web right now. You will see here the web getting turned on because this is the browser. So this is the terminal, which is at, currently at the waiting state. So in the backend, okay, we didn't install Playright. So that is one thing which we also need to do. Playright, sorry. So I need to install Playright too. How do we install Playright? I forgot to tell you this. Playright install with tabs. This is it. Oops, my bad. So yeah, Playwright is right now getting installed, which is very important for this project because Playwright is basically the browser support. Playwright gives us the browser support, and I didn't install Playwright itself, so that is why the browser is not getting started right now. So once we install Playwright, it will not be a problem. Let's just wait for this. I'll just pause the video over here. Ta-da! So we are done right now. And now what we can do is we can go back and now we need to again start up this project. I am closing this and again starting this because one error and we have to start this project again. This is one of the negative things in Devika which I have seen because one project is there and you have to start it once again. Also, how I ran the UI server was bun run dev dash dash hosts, which is very important. I see because sometimes local server doesn't work, but this server on which it is kind of deployed works. Alco YT. I don't know how to create a. This is one of the negative things in Devika that once there is an error in the code or something, you have to rerun the Devika whole. So here again, it is like saying that research and choose UI based on calculator interface, tinctor and all. And then it will probably need, yeah. So basically it will go to this link right now. You will see it opening over here. So it is browsing, it will start browsing the web pretty soon and then collect contexts from there. See, it opened this browser and just close this right. So it is collecting and it is in action right now. So let's just wait for it to start up. You can see its monologue, internal monologue is browsing the web right now. So after that, we'll check with now it will go to this link. Step by step of creating a Python calculator using GUI. Good, good. So now it is starting to code. You can see them requirements and all. It is doing itself. Yeah. So it says it has completed my task. So let's ask to run it. Run it. So it will run that and it will run it. It will try to run it if there is no issues. If there will be an issue, then the code will fail actually. If 3 install, that is wrong. It should be pip install minus R because this is Windows. I don't know why it wrote like that. And it will face some error, I feel. See, it encountered an error, but it ran. So there is this calculator which we already, but this is not correct. 5 into 6 is equal to how much? It doesn't calculate. There is some issue over there. But yeah, it kind of, you know, it kind of did make a calculator. So this is about Devika. So we have created a project from scratch in Devika, although this project didn't turn out pretty well, but I have made calculators which works pretty fine. Probably we have to reiterate on this and ask it to reiterate. The calculator doesn't work as the calculator buttons doesn't work. We need to just tell this and it will try to understand if it is a bug or not, and then it will try to see action is bug. We will understand how this works and everything in very detail and how we will kind of debug it. So don't worry about that. But yeah, let's see. It is trying to understand what exactly is the issue, and probably it will change the code. So it is completed these days. So let's run it again. Yeah. Oh, now the button runs. Yeah. Tada. So you see how it resolved the issue when we said that there is an issue, and it works pretty fine right now. So this is it. We'll understand how Devika works. It will be very interesting. I feel this course and this thing, how Devika works and how we can make agentic AIs and these things. So I feel you should follow this channel and you can just subscribe to me and we'll get more. We will also discuss about this open devin. I was trying out this and I was reading its code. So in some time I will also understand its code, and like I'll also explain how open devin works, and then we will also contribute in open devin together then. Great. So till then, bye bye. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.